Hey guys, it's Derek Everitt and Adam Beesley from the Deathpiles and Taxes podcast that you're listening to right now.
Your favorite account. I know. It's the greatest thing in the whole world.
A lot of you have been asking what you can do to help the podcast out, and seriously, all we want is a review.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a 5-star review, but if not, be fair, at least a 4.
We know you're listening. Like I said, we see the numbers. We're all over the world. Like I said, it's just we see it. We appreciate everyone listening. Help us get a little higher up there. Help us get more new
Helps
listeners.
with the algorithms. People can help find us out, and it really does help. So if you can go to Apple, iTunes, that's where a lot of you are already listening, or wherever you're listening.
Spotify, Apple, all of these different things. They're all out.
Wherever you listen, give us you don't even have to write a review. Just give us 5 stars. If you want to give us a review, that's cool too. We appreciate it, and keep listening.
Thanks for listening, guys.
We sell your items online. Go ahead, declutter your life. Have a yard sale or let eBay do the work. From the thrift store shopping to that wallet popping. There are 2 things in life that are certain. Deathpiles in Texas. Deathpiles in Texas. With Derek Everitt and Adam Beesley.
The Dr. Dizzle, the eBay Champione. How are you doing today on this episode of Deathpiles and Taxes?
Well, I'm going to take a page out of the book of most of these resellers I see out here in the card game, Adam, and I'm just going to be miserable for the whole show.
Oh, jeez.
Everything sucks. This new product's horrible. I can't believe people could charge this much for that. The Simpsons. Sorry, we're coming in hot.
Hot take
Hot.
today.
Derek Everitt, thank you for all the support out there. Adam Beesley. He might be B-Roy by the time we're done with this.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I'm of the, he's of the Deathpiles and Taxes on the eBay, and I'm of the Adam Up Accounting on the eBay. Check it out.
Well, you're here to learn about making money, having a good time, and paying less in taxes. And I think today's going to be a lot about having a good time.
Nothing but a good time, as a once famous band once said.
But we can't play that anymore.
Nothing but a good time, and it don't get better than this. However, I guess I'll get back into my first rant after this rant of I'd like to apologize to all those who thought there was a special guest this week. Me and Adam get ahead of ourselves, and we never look at the calendar when we announce things. Like when Adam was going to be on eBay Radio next week, we said, for about 3 weeks. And Father's Day is not until next week, so we got a special guest coming up.
Special guest next week.
Next week. And I know a lot of you won't listen next week because we've burnt your trust, and for that we're sorry. We are extremely sorry, and we apologize, and I'll make it worth your while next week. However, Adam, you're a fan of The Simpsons show. This is still running. I am too. You remember Comic Book Guy on The Simpsons?
Yes.
And he just kind of excuse me, and like, if you said, whatever, one thing wrong, actually, and correct you on everything.
I always like to correct you.
I've been on the Facebook, and you're always browsing around and stuff, or looking around, perusing. I think it's excuse me, I think it's perusing.
Okay. Spell that for me.
But so there's a batch of people that are never happy, and they tend to be collectible people, I think. And it used to be like the Star Wars, you'd make fun of the Star Wars nerd, or the movie's never right, or, those type of people. There's the same in every category.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
But in sports cards, it seems like they're like times 10. I was just looking around, and I like to see things that are coming out, what people are selling, and it's always like, oh, I can't believe PSA gave that a 7. That's clearly a 5. However you got them to do that is, well, I wouldn't pay that price because of the centering on it. And it's like, listen, buddy, the place that did it gave it this rating. Or I saw today they announced that they're going to have some mosaic college football cards. And to me, that sounds like a great thing, There's more cards out there. It's a hot product. They're announcing a new market, something that's not saturated college football players. Adam likes getting cards of people in their college uniforms. He's had good success selling those lately.
Yes, we have.
I've been buying some. Well, apparently, this is just a bunch of crap. I don't know why they come out with this kind of a product. Who wants them in their collegiate uniforms? Excuse me, but if they're not in there, just a bunch of junk. And it's like, why can't people, and this works for about anything, and I'm guilty of it myself, but why can't, if you don't like something, why can't you just say, not for me, move along.
Because 90% of the noise comes from the same 10% of people. That's just how it works.
Excuse me?
It's the 90-10 rule.
It wouldn't matter. Like it could be a Bill Walton signed rookie. I don't know, whoever your guy is, right? It could be, a plate of gold that says it's 22 karat gold, and I only collect 24 karat gold. Even though this is obscenely undervalued, it cannot be correct. Pardon me, excuse me, this cannot be true.
You know what? You are just dragging me down. Bruce.
This signature here, although I do believe it is authentic, does not appear to be done with the right angle of Sharpie pen.
Well, you know, what we need to do is we're going to burn through this, get through. I have 5 items to ship because I got paid today, mother sucker.
Excuse me, but I believe the phrase that you meant.
We can't say that. I got 5 items to ship, all sold within the last 24 hours.
Congratulations.
All paid. Some Jordan cards, a Triple X Texas football.
Triple X Texas football.
Collegiate shirt, and those 3 Michael Jordans over there.
Well, I posted up, so with NBA playoffs going hot, and with certain teams that are still in it, one of them being bring on out our Utah Jazz.
Whom I was at Game 5.
Although you were cheering for Ja Morant, so
I was not.
we got it on. Go listen to the last podcast.
Well, I was cheering that he did well, but they lost.
Exactly. I was cheering that he scored more points so I could sell his merchandise.
Well, yeah, but I still want the Jazz to win.
Well, I don't. That's debatable.
No, it's not debatable. I always want because I have more Donovan Mitchell cards than I do Ja Morant.
We'll see.
No, I promise.
Selling the Michael Jordan, not the Karl Malone.
I don't have any Karl Malones.
Point and it's match. Checkmate, whatever the kids say.
Whatever the kids tell you. So I'm in a dang good mood. So your little Debbie Downers on all these Facebook groups.
Excuse me. You're not allowed to be happy.
Yeah.
I haven't deemed it.
Well, we're going to be happy on this podcast for the whole next whatever long we do this.
So he sold some. Anyways, I got my button gear and I've been listing some cards too because I thought the window is open. The teams that are still in the NBA playoffs. I don't know if you've seen this stat or not. And this isn't evergreen, but it will be for 5 teams.
5 of them have never been there before.
And there's going to be hopefully a new champion crowned at the end of this.
I think that there will be. I mean,
odds are.
Well, the Lakers lost, so they're out, so will be a new champion.
Well, one that's never won the title before in the franchise history.
Well, I mean, what? The 76ers was back in like the early 70s. And
the Milwaukee Bucks was back in the day.
Lou Alcindor.
And the Clippers, Jazz, and Phoenix have never won one.
Neither have the Nuggets.
And Nuggets have never won one. And I'm trying to think who else was out of the East. But the Brooklyn Nets, I don't think have ever won one.
I don't think the Brooklyn Nets have ever won one either.
So there should be some excitement. And if you're into sports, or if you just sell things, T-shirts,
yes,
hats, paraphernalias.
I got a Brooklyn Net T-shirt. I need to get it listed right now.
Probably a good time to get that listed.
It's like a cool Adidas one with like a backwards hat. Man, that's it.
Because there's people.
Can we take a quick break real quick?
Because there's people like Adam that have to go to the games and they're like, oh, I don't got any merchandise and I don't want to pay those kind of prices. I'll just pay the eBay prices.
I wore my Doge T-shirt to the game because I don't have any Jazz swag.
Well, you should went on eBay and buy you something a couple days before.
I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. Like I just wasn't. Feeling
now who's not feeling? What were you feeling?
Well, I just didn't like having Jazz swag. I didn't feel like there was anything that fit me well.
But there's stores that sell plenty of merchandise.
Oh, hell, they sell it for so much money. I ain't paying those prices.
That's why I said go on eBay.
I guess
there's thrift stores all along the Wasatch Front on your way up there.
I just didn't think about it. It was kind of after the fact.
At those prices of thrift stores, you could spill mustard all over it and just give it back to the thrift store.
I'll tell you what, man, it cost a pretty penny to buy you a hot dog, nachos, and pretzel.
Did you have to use your? I'm still kind of upset about your B saying that there wasn't even a menu. How did you order? There was no menu without you using your mobile app.
No, you can look at. Okay, can I get a hot dog and a pretzel?
And then they said no. Was the Jazz the same?
Yeah, it's all contactless now.
Yeah.
Like you can't even go up to somebody and give them cash. Like the one place you couldn't even order from the person. You had to order from your phone.
That's what I was telling you.
And it was like we were getting a cookie. And the person's standing there, like, waiting for us to order, and, like, I'm standing there on my phone trying to enter my email address.
I got a new business.
All right, what's your new business?
I go to these games, and I do buy a ticket because I have to get in. However, I order food for you on my phone, so you don't have to do it on your phone and wait.
Like it.
I have it already preloaded. I say, what do you want? You pay me cash. Now, I charge you a little extra for a premium fee, but I'll have it ordered and up before
I really wish that they would deliver food to you. We didn't go to the suite, so we had to walk and get our own food.
Oh, we were just commoners. We weren't up in the suite.
So
we had to use our legs and go to where the normal people get their food.
There was no ice cream bar for time.
We had to pay for it.
No corned beef and cabbage.
It wasn't St. Patrick's Day.
No, there was no...
Whoever complained about no corned beef and cabbage ever?
I didn't get corned beef and cabbage this year. Didn't have any of it. I'm a little upset about that, actually.
Well, man, it's a tough life.
I bought it, but I forgot about it. So.
And I had to throw it out because it had spoiled.
Yes. It just was... I was on the cabbage diet for
You got you one of them Instapots?
Yeah, I got an Instapot.
Well, you can do it. You can do it upright in there.
I guess we should try that. But progressing back into selling stuff on the interwebs and making money, like I said, I did that, and I feel really good about myself because I've got 5 items to ship 2 days.
I was checking my population report. I had my Michael Jordan cards finally came back. I had a.
You got them.
Finally, after.
Did you reveal it on our YouTube channel?
Well, I guess. Have you been over there to see?
Well, usually you post it on Facebook. So, I mean, there's so many places to look nowadays.
You better believe Deathpiles and Taxes represented. But I had an Avon metal Michael Jordan card, and it was grade 5, but there's only a population of 4. I had a couple other cards that were Michael Jordan cards, but very low population, so I priced those suckers a few $100s each, and we'll see what happens. But I'm shooting for the stars on it, Adam.
Go get that money. That's what I like to get on there. People will say something, and I'm always the guy that says, I got this. I'm like, go get that money. That's what I say to everybody. Go get the money. It doesn't matter. Like, true story. This just happened today. I was finishing up some tax returns because it is tax season, the extension. I had about 100 people that filed an extension, which is just crazy.
If you listen to him a few episodes ago, he didn't want the business.
No, and now I'm like...
Now he's knee-deep in it.
I'm back to it. Taking that vacation to the oceanfront property here in a couple weeks. Paid for all by my eBay business.
Electronic Bay, are you going to do any sourcing while you're out and about?
How do I make it a tax-deductible consequence?
That a boy.
Got a few...
Oh, you're going to Disneyland.
We can't get in. The restrictions are so strict.
I thought they just opened it.
No, well, they did, but you have to have a reservation.
Get a reservation.
Well, you can't. All the reservations are over. They're all closed up for like the first month.
Maybe you don't know this, but you can buy anything in this world with a little cash.
Oh, well, I'm electing to defer my trip, and we're going to spend it in the ocean, walking distance to the beach in the bay.
You go to SeaWorld?
We're going to go to SeaWorld, we're going to go to Legoland, and we're going to go to a pod race game.
Maybe look up some, maybe there's some exclusive things in those parks that I'm unaware of. Legos could be good.
Legoland would be good. We're way excited about a little trip. We're definitely going to make it a tax-deductible trip. Got a couple clients we're going to also have a dinner with while we're down there. So
Padres are playing pretty well.
I have no idea. Fernando Tatis.
They're a pretty good team. So I'll give a shout out to another podcast. My buddies over. It's You Can Bet on That.
Oh yeah, those are your guys.
With Dr. Mike and the other guy who I can't think of right now. I want to say Dave, but I know that's wrong. Anyways, no, it's it's good. It's a good podcast about mainly talking about craps, and I've called in and been guests on there a couple times. Anyways. They're down in San Jose area, and they go gambling around town there.
San Jose.
So if you want to go gambling, I'll hook you up. Mark Duvall and Dr. Mike.
There you go. Well, we're excited to get down that way because, like I said, it's pumped. Like I said, that's what my eBay sales have been doing. So I am in a super good mood. But what I was going back to, the client today, everything is absolutely crazy. Guy was having a new house built in southern Nevada. Brand new house. Paid, signed the contract, did everything back in October. They are no longer moving into said house because said house, he's not even going to move in. They're closing next week on it. They had to change their loan from a primary resident to an investment property.
They decided it would be worth a little more just to straight up flip.
$150,000, and he will never even move into the home.
He'll
own it for maybe a week.
Not bad money if you can do it.
And that's what he will make. And so he's like,
Yeah.
how much are you going to pay in taxes? I'm like, well, it's going to be a pretty penny because it's a short-term capital gain, which that brings up a great tax question because people are always asking.
Let me ask it.
Okay.
Well, give the question. I'll repeat it to you.
Okay.
Because I don't know.
If I sell this house that I never move into, how much money in taxes am I going to have to pay?
I would have guessed that. If I sell this house, Adam, that I've never, people are asking, we're hearing, and we got to respond. If I sell this house that I've never even lived in and straight up pocket some cash, how much taxes am I looking to pay?
Well, I always ask, well, how much did you pay for it and how much are you going to sell it for? That's always the big question.
That's good to know.
Is it long-term or short-term? Do you know the time limit on long-term versus short-term?
I'm not even going to put on the fresh coat of paint because we're just moving on out. I was going to make it fuchsia in the bedroom, but now it's just going to be eggshell white because I don't care. That's how long I'm not going to be there.
Satin or fit or
Not even bringing out the silk sheets.
silk sheets, no. So if it's less than 365 days, it's short-term. Longer, it's and there's a big difference in the tax rate. So that's why.
Well, that's the same on your cryptos and your stock as well, right?
Long-term, short-term, same difference. And that's what selling a house is it's a long-term, short-term. If it's an investment property, if it's something that you never primary residence lived in, and like I said, it's less than that, it's basically a scaled thing based off of how much money you make, and then part of it will be taxed at 0%, 12%, 17%, 5% to the state, all of those different things. So anyway, said deal is going to cost this guy about $40,000 to $45,000 in taxes.
Wow.
So he will never move into it, and he will put in his pocket after taxes about $105,000.
Now, since it's in the state of Nevada, as we call it.
It's in Utah.
Oh, it's in Utah. I thought you said southern Nevada.
Sorry, I meant southern Utah.
Oh, I was going to say Nevada doesn't have certain taxes. I was wondering if you got out.
But that's a great question. Even though, if it were in southern Nevada, you say Nevada one more time, I'll come across and punch you in the face, Nevada, he would still have to pay taxes because his primary residence is the state of Utah, so 5% tax.
So it's where your primary residence is.
Correct. So, brings up another interesting story.
People are asking.
Oh, man, I can't.
They got to have it.
I can't even
They
go.
got to know.
I can't even go into too many details. This is a hypothetical.
Let's just say a guy.
Let's just say a guy
Call him John.
lived in Utah for a short time period.
2 to 3 years.
Yes, but then he moved to Florida to relocate. But then he was.
The fuzz was after him. The heat was bad. He had to get out to Florida for a little bit.
And then let's just say he is going to be spending some time in a facility.
Turns out Florida found him and shipped him back maybe to where he was from, or maybe he had some other problems in Florida.
Yes.
Perhaps.
So if you think that you're going to still get out of paying taxes or tax evasion by moving to the state of Florida for 3 months and then being relocated to a different location, that is not how the system works. I like to tell everybody.
If you want to evade taxes, what you got to go somewhere that they can't come and get you back. You got to go to like
El Salvador,
Cuba, maybe Russia. I don't know. Our relations aren't the best. China, I'm sure you can go to China and they probably wouldn't make you come back to pay your taxes.
Zimbabwe.
Where's never mind.
So
Never mind.
Needless to say, like it sounds too good to be true. It probably
You just can't cross a few state lines.
No.
I mean,
No.
there's not a good scenario where that works for probably anything.
There just isn't. So if you're in that situation, find a good attorney. That's all I can say.
Good attorney. Probably don't listen to a couple guys on the internet giving out advice.
No. This is
podcast.
an instance that you don't hire your cousin's friend.
Again, this is just hypothetically.
I mean, hypothetically.
If you know a guy, you could probably pass this on to him or gal. It's usually guys that do stupid stuff like this.
So I was talking to a friend in Texas, and he's an accountant also, and that was kind of the story he relayed to me.
He knew a guy in Utah that fled
I didn't say Utah.
Well, okay, he knew a guy in Nevada that fled
Oklahoma.
to northern Florida. That's where I get my peaches, is out of northern Florida. I don't know if you know this or not.
Hollywood, Florida is still waiting for you to come back and pay for that extra night that you stayed in the hotel.
They ain't got no business on me. I go there, I get my peaches. It saves you going over to Georgia, and they're just as good.
If you're in that time machine when you really kind of enjoy this and you want to know some of the backstories, go check out the Florida experience.
I don't think it's up there right now. You'd have to do some digging.
Derek's been.
It will get there at some point. We had a guy reach out to us on Twitter, and shout out to, I can't remember. He's reached out to us a few times. You know who you are. He said that there was wondering what happened to the episode coming out last Friday if it didn't come out. And I said, oh, it dropped. I sent him a link. Turns out there's a Audify that we've had some problems with. A company called Audify, we'll say, that didn't upload us correctly. So we're still having problems. So if you're getting your Deathpiles and taxes on Audify, you might want to check and switch to a Google. I'm guessing that you don't have an iPhone if you're getting it on Audify, but there's plenty of other places to get podcasts that will update, and or just go to where we get ours at the iTunes, the Apple, and give us a 5-star review while you're there for your work. But shout out, we got some good people that want to hear the show, and we'll bring it to you. I mean, we'll bring it.
Bring it strong.
Even on weeks that we're not going to be here, we'll make sure that you have a new episode, and that's what we're trying to do. And someday, when I have time, because I've been going through mass listings and still trying to put my item specifics, I'm down to like 600 out of my 800, plus I'm listing stuff. I'm slowly going to be putting all the podcasts back over there, but because we had a problem with Audify, still editing to make sure that we don't have a new problem and get kicked off the internet.
Jeez, I'm just, I don't know, I'm just enthralled because I got new eBay money. Just got another notice too, so.
Adam's got more money than Carter's got liver pills, kids.
Carter's got liver.
He's got a lot. I've been watching this Leave It to Beaver show. I'm not going to say all my sources, but I've been streaming some Leave It to Beaver, and they say some weird phrases on there, and it's like swell, and that's keen and stuff. So
busier than a fruit merchant.
So no, that's what we call. That's just everyday work. But anyways, Carter's liver pills might have been a phrase back in the day.
Do you think they're maybe referring to Jimmy?
No, it wasn't Jimmy. I could give you the whole fun facts. There actually was a liver pill provided by Carter's company, and they made a lot of liver pills. So if you had more than Carter had liver pills, that's like saying you got more than IB has Profen.
Wow.
You're busier than IB has Profen.
Okay. Well,
that might be something else. I'm busier than IB. I have got more than IB has Profen.
If you're wondering where this podcast is going, I can promise you we did not prep for this because I could have never told you Carter pills and something.
They know, Adam. they got it. They don't hear the sheets are rustling.
They don't even know exactly where we're going. But no, it's just been a really good eBay time. I know people I've seen a lot of complaints. Don't listen to that. Like I said, surround yourself with positivity like the Deathpiles and Taxes podcast. We're here to pump you up.
Excuse me, eBay might as well just shut down.
Yeah. I'm going to make my own thing. Yeah, you go for that, pal. Everything is going up. That's the problem. Everybody's fees.
I think I will.
Go complain at the gas station. Go complain at the grocery store. Everything is going up. And if eBay's going to charge you an extra 5%, guess what? They're going to. You just have to increase your prices and make it work.
Frankie Forever, that's who was tweeting at us. So shout out to Frankie. No, I mean, inflation, so here's the thing. You own a store, you own a business on eBay, you can set the price for things. So I know people are like, well, I'm not going to use Hound because it costs a couple dollars to put up an item. Guess what? You put that couple items, you put a couple more dollars on what it cost you to sell. Like you just put a couple more dollars on the item, or eBay's charging this fee. Well, then you charge 5% more. Or shipping, or whatever. Like it's a calculated cost. It's a cost of doing business, and we all know it's not passing the buck onto the customer, but we all know that's how it works. As a customer, you know,
just how it is.
If it says free shipping, I know that it's been calculated into the price, and I'm paying for the shipping. Old Bill LaFonso over there at the store didn't just decide to send me it for free, and he's just taking it out of his pocket because he's a good dude.
Yeah,
that's just how it rolls. So. I've been trying. I'm putting some more stuff up in some different. I'm trying different areas. So we got eBay. You got your Mercari. I know you were talking about StockX. Some different places like that, like my slabs. My slabs. So I'm going to try a few different places, and some of them I'm going to try the free and see if it works. But my free for a card is going to be an extra $5 because it costs me $3 to ship the card, and then there's some cardboard and some plastic wrap or bubble wrap or whatever, and my time to do it's worth a couple bucks. So that card's going to go up. Instead of being a $70 card, it's going to be a $75 card. Or, if I'm selling a nice shirt from my Hawaiian vacation, instead of selling it that I found at the thrift store that I got for $3 in Utah, not in Hawaii, but I'll say it's from my Hawaiian vacation, just so these people are like, well, I can't go to Hawaii and buy shirts. instead of selling it for $5, I'm going to sell it for $10 or whatever. You put your shipping cost in there. Same with inflation and everything. It's just, well, people won't buy it from me. Eventually they will, because the people that don't do this are going to squeeze their margins out. They're going to say, well, this sucks. I'm not making any money. I'm not going to keep doing this. Or they're going to start losing money and not do this. Or they're going to have to adjust their prices. Or people will buy all their crap and they won't have it anymore, and you'll be the only game in town. So either way, it's a long game, Adam.
It is a long game, and I know, I sold a hat, a T-Mobile hat that we bought for $1, and I sold it for $14. Like, somebody, oh, that's not worth my time. Like, I listed it forever ago, and I just made $14. Like,
and we can't talk about this because it was a conversation from next week. But as far as
into the Back to the Future machine.
Back to the Future machine, but we talk about flipping items and how many turns you need on items. And so that's a great, just play this after you listen to it next week or whatever, come back and listen. But that's a great, of what I was trying to convey is you get a hat for $1, it can sit, it doesn't take a whole bunch of space,
Yeah.
You sell it for $14. You don't need to sell 5 or 6 of them a year to make your profit, but if you bought that hat for $10, and you sell it for $14, well, then you got to sell a whole bunch of them and make some profit. So it just depends on what you're selling. But $1, you threw it in a tote somewhere, and somebody said, "Well, I know Derek's a big visible mobile guy, but I'm gonna wear this T-Mobile hat and show him."
The pink T-Mobile hat. So, man, we are hot and heavy. We went through that first session, burned through it. We're going to take a quick break so that I can ship off some items, list a few things, and make some mo money.
Adam, my taxes are done. The season's over. I can just go on vacation and not have to see you again for another year.
Well, yeah, because you're never going to have to file your taxes again unless it's another year away.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I forgot about that
They're
part.
never going away. So here at Adam Up Accounting, we're glad to help you during tax time. But if you're also a larger seller, if you need to run payroll, if you really want some help running those bookkeeping reports, because I know how good you are at that, we're happy to help you. We have really good affordable monthly plans on these higher seller, you're running it like a business, you've got some good amount of income, we'd be happy to take care of you so that your accounting needs are taken care of.
Well, I don't want to talk to you, though. I don't want to call up and just get some office off in, New Brunswick or somewhere.
Hey, we're here. You can message us on our website, shoot us a message on social media. We'd be glad to help you out, kind of tell you what options we have so that you can be more organized and teach you and help you make more money and pay less to Uncle Sam.
Well, what's your website, and where do I find you on social media then, my friend?
Everything's Adam Up Accounting. You can look us up there on our website. You can follow us, get some Wednesday wisdom. We try to give you some tips. You can also link through the podcast, Deathpiles and Taxes. Get those taxes taken care of so you have more time to make money elsewhere. Well, Derek, there's a reason we call it Deathpiles and Taxes. It's because I got a whole load of stuff that I just need to list, and I haven't been doing it.
Well, Adam, you're not alone. That's why people are listening right now. I know that they're just tiptoeing around them death piles all around their houses and apartments.
It's real fun to buy, but it kind of stinks to sell. So what can I do about it, buddy?
Well, you're in luck. We've partnered with a great company called Hound, and what they're going to do is they're going to list all your death piles for you. They'll do the work for you.
Oh, I love it when people do the work for me. How do I get in on that deal?
Well, first off, they're going to let you try it. First 2 are free on the house. After that, man, they got simple plans. They're just going to make it easy. You take a few pictures, you send it over to them, and they do all the work.
That sounds really too easy, and I've used it myself. It's awesome. D-Roy, what do our listeners have to do to take advantage of this?
Just do Death Piles 25, Death Piles all capital letters at the end when you're signing up for your payment. And you'll save 25% off whatever plan you go with.
That sounds awesome. Get it on there, start listing, start selling so you can go out and buy some more stuff.
I was born on second base, heading to third, Adam.
I don't know what that has to do with where you were conceived. That's not my interest.
I wasn't conceived. Remember Larry the Cable Man?
I do. Larry the Cable Guy.
Larry the Cable Man used to have this funny joke.
Larry the Cable Guy.
And he said he was a C-section baby because he was conceived in the section C at a Waylon Jennings concert.
Oh, that's...
I thought that was funny.
That was a good one.
He hasn't held up over time, and he's not the funniest man probably ever. But he had some good jokes here and there.
I watch him if I follow him on Twitter.
Okay.
He's my kind of guy.
Well, I share I'm about the same size, I think.
You guys have similar flannel shirts.
Instead of getting her done, I consider it done.
Oh, there you go. Consider it done.
Anyway.
So getting back to, we kind of have some discussions over the break, kind of what's happening with us. We have been doing this show for well over 2.5 years now, hundreds of episodes. I don't even know where we're at anymore.
It's hard to say.
It really is. We had some issues.
If you go look at our Wikipedia page, why, they don't even know.
But we only missed 1 week. We have done this every single week for well over 150, I don't know how many.
And we did that week early because we did a bonus episode. So
Yes.
we've done more episodes than weeks we've done.
Yeah. But we,
I'm not giving that one to Rona.
the Rona got D-Roy for a minute. He well overbeat it. But we're trying to line up. We've got some good things happening in the month of June.
Trying to get me to tap out.
We're trying to line up so that we make sure that our listeners get us on a consistent basis. So we're working out some fine details on our recording process for the next couple of weeks.
And it might be new to you. Maybe I'll edit 3 shows together.
Oh, wow.
And it will be the best of volume 1, but it'll sound new because it will be, no, that's not going to happen.
It'll be back 2 years ago. You should really buy some Michael Jordan rookies and
Maybe what we should do is pretend like it was recorded 3 years ago and we'll just sound like geniuses.
can you edit that out?
Well, we'll just be like, well, Adam, it's February 2019 and I'd buy some hand soap and sanitizer. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling that face masks are going to be a bolo.
So I know that eBay might take it down, so you're going to want to make this a quick sell.
You want to do this quick. And while you're at it, have you invested in Dogecoin yet?
So crazy. I was going to really bring this up, and you just hit it, hammered it home. They talk a lot about this cryptocurrency, and it's like supposedly untraceable and all these kind of things. I don't know if you saw the guys who allegedly hacked in and took down the mobile pipeline, the clothing pipeline.
There's a lot of these ransomware people out there.
So did you hear? They had to pay it in Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's how they demand it.
Yeah, but the government just seized their Bitcoin.
Well, good.
Which is allegedly like impossible to happen. So even now the government is tracking your untraceable cryptocurrency.
It's untraceable if you're selling methamphetamines and cocaine, but if you're trying to hold up a pipeline, they can invest a little time and find you.
So what I'm telling you is you're going to have to pay taxes on your money. Don't skirt around it. There's going to be...
And what I'm telling you is if they can do that, let's shut down these robocalls.
That's true. But they make money on the robocalls.
But not... Okay, I'm not even getting into it.
There's so many...
I'm only allowed so many derails and rants, and that would took up most of half of this half.
We're not doing that. We're not going to find out. Going back to, you gave me some good tips. Did you talk? I think it was off air. As I visit these different places, you're telling me to buy the park exclusives.
Park exclusives.
We're going to Legoland, and I'm going to see if I can find some park exclusive items there.
Probably a lot of people collect Lego, or I always say Legos, but like Nevada, it's pronounced Lego. So you don't pronounce it Nevada.
If you said it again one time, I'm coming across his desk.
I'm waiting for a hit to the face, folks.
You are going to get Floyd Mayweather, Jake Paul right to the kisser.
You can hold me up so that I don't take the dive and cost you money. But no, but there's park exclusives, and people collect Lego, and they collect certain figures or certain sets, and sometimes you can only buy sets at certain places. We did a Friends. There was a Friends exclusive.
Legos a couple years ago.
Came out a couple years ago, sold them around some Christmas time. Things like that. So if I was you, I'd do a little pre-tripping, and I'd go and look on your souls. I'd go to Terapeak, actually, and look at park exclusives. I'd look at Lego exclusives and get a list of what you're looking for. And that way, when you're in that gift shop that's probably 20 miles wide and full of kids and people just whine and want stuff, you know what you're looking for, and you're not kind of overwhelmed by, is this not, trying to scan it at the point. You just say, hey, that's why I need to get 3 of them. That pays for the trip. And, the same with at SeaWorld. Maybe get, part of Shamu's fin. I don't know what they're doing nowadays.
Shamu's not there anymore.
Oh, well, Mamu.
Yes.
Shamu Jr.
All right, I'm going to ask you a series of questions here.
Okay.
If I were to tell you that you had to do something that was difficult to you for 100 days straight, do you think you'd be able to do it?
It depends what my incentive was.
Just because at the end of it you could say that you did it.
I could do that.
So what if I told you, Derek, you have such a big death pile, I need you to list 50 things every day for 100 days.
I could do that.
Would you do it?
No.
Okay. What if I said, Derek, I need you to eat celery, cabbage, and drink water for 100 days? Could you do it?
I could do it.
Or would you do it?
No.
And just so you know, I would say no to both of these also. What if I told you, Derek...
Well, I mean, is that all you can eat every day? Because if it's like, I just need to eat, like, a stick of celery for 100 days or whatever,
Yes.
I could do that.
Yeah, but would you do it?
I might.
No. Yeah, is it yes or no?
What was it? Celery, cabbage.
And water.
Oh, I drink water every day. Yes.
Okay.
Yep, I can do that. I'll do that.
Okay, well, we'll hold you to it.
I'm drinking some right here.
You are. What if I said, Derek, I'm going to need you to wake up really early, go swim 2 miles, then get on your bike and ride 112 miles, and then when you're done with that, I want you to go run 26 miles.
Every day for 100 days?
Every day for 100 days.
I don't think I could physically do that for one day.
There has not been a human being in the world, in the existence of time, that has done it until today. Mr. James Lawrenson, the Iron Cowboy, is finishing up his run here in about 2 hours, and that's why we've got to cut this short, because I'm going to go up and cheer him to the finish line and run the last 3 miles.
Well, no pressure, but if he stops now, maybe he tips over.
Oh no,
I mean, it's never been done.
I saw him earlier today.
Did he look hydrated?
He did look hydrated.
Was he? I mean, it's hot out there.
It is warm out there. In fact, he's got an app tracker. You can see everywhere he goes.
The Iron Cow. How did you find out about this man?
So I met this guy several years ago.
I mean, I go on some derails, but Iron Cowboy running for
this is
100
like,
days.
Just to think about this. Like, I met him at a jazz basketball game in the Suites a couple years ago.
Was he just running around grabbing yogurts or something?
No, he was in the suite with us. He was hanging out. He had the tickets with us. So I got to sit next to him for an entire jazz game.
He didn't get my joke.
Now I get it. You're quite clever.
Go ahead.
Usually the second time I listen to podcasts, I get a lot more. So anyways, I got to sit down and talk with him. He did, he doesn't even call them Ironmans anymore. He just calls them triathlons. He used to call them Ironmans. And man, this is going to give you the whole story of his story. But he ran 50 triathlons in 50 days in 50 different states. So he'd complete one and then they'd drive to the next state and do another one for 50 days straight. This is probably like 4 years ago. He was planning prior to COVID, because this is when I went and hung out with him at the jazz game. He was planning on doing 7 triathlons in 7 days in 7 continents. So that's just absolutely bat crazy, just whatever. So that was supposed to happen, didn't happen because of COVID. He's been on the Amazing Race.
We all have to give up something.
Yes, he gave up that.
Oh, he was on the Amazing Race?
Yeah, Amazing Race guy.
Maybe I know who. I like that show.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Anyways, like I said, he's been going here, like, he rides his bike like just 2 miles down the road every single day, 112 miles. He does a little loop-de-loop around here.
What does he do for employment?
So he's a motivational speaker.
But where does he find time while he's running to stop it? Does he just run to an elementary school and be like, you kids follow your dreams, you can do everything? Then he bikes over to like some business park and like gives a seminar about like, if you get your clients to reach their goals, you'll reach yours. And then he like swims to, I don't know, a women's conference and gives ladies, you are the future. Listen, I could be a motivational speaker, I just realized.
You are a motivational speaker. You have hundreds of people that listen to you every single week that you motivate them to go buy stuff and make money. You are a motivational speaker.
I'm making more than the Iron Cowboy.
That's not true.
Okay.
I'd like to do his taxes one day. Kind of like you have tax envy. Like, I'd like to do his taxes one day.
I'd like to do his well, okay. Words I've never said. I'd like to do his, and anything probably.
Taxes someday. So anyway, no, he's taking these 100 days and he's taking up 2 months off to basically, perform his, conquer 100. It's just unfathomable. Like I drove around, I watched him ride his bike today because I'm like, holy cow, this is insane. But just thinking about that, 100 full days, of triathlon. So he goes by the Iron Cowboy. He would always wear a cowboy hat, and it was kind of his thing and his shtick, but everybody knows it.
He's got a gimmick.
The problem is the Iron Man, the Iron Man is it's just an association like Kleenex. It's really a tissue, but it's Kleenex, and so everybody knows it. Same thing with triathlons. Iron Man told him to pretty much shove it. We don't care about your 100 days in 100 or whatever.
No, that sounds like fighting words.
Oh man, it ticked him off. He basically told them to go stick it where the sun don't shine, and he says, I've given you more money than anyone else has. I've given you more publicity.
Did he tell him to meet him out at the corral at dawn? That's what a real cowboy had done.
He was too busy swimming and running. So anyways, this guy has done everything. He's raising money for Operation Underground.
This isn't big enough for the two of us, he says.
Yeah, so basically the organization, they help, children, slave trafficking. It's just, I don't even like to think about it.
They're against it. They don't help.
They're against it, and people that do that are going to rot in hell, awful, horrible death anyway. So they raise money to basically stop this from happening. He's raised over $250,000 by running and doing these kind of things. So I just looked at it, and why I'm bringing it up is this unfathomable. If you had to do something for 100 days, and it basically said you're going to spend minimum 16 hours a day running, swimming, or riding your bike, there's no other human being that could do it besides this guy.
Well, good for him.
So we're going to go up and enjoy the last little part of that to later today. So I'm just, I don't know, I think about it, and it is crazy. I can't even walk 5 miles a day, let alone do that for 100 days. So.
Well, yeah, you gotta make hay while the sun's still shining.
Yes, and he's been running in the rain, the sleet, the snow, with no one there, at least today. I will say this, I reached out to the governor's office, and I said, you guys should really be here. Crappy part is that he didn't even know about it. I don't know. People take different notes. This guy. I
hate to say it, but me and the governor here are in the same boat.
That's the problem. Is there's amazing things that happen all around you, unless you know about it. It doesn't happen. So that's my rule.
The chafing alone. The chafing alone.
I heard you get chafed when you walk to the mailbox. Is that true?
Used to be. I solved that.
You got that talcum powder, right?
Nope.
I don't want to know what you have.
Nope, you don't. And neither do our listeners.
No, they don't. But there is a $2 billion lawsuit going on if you did use talcum powder for a certain time period. So.
And you were female.
Okay.
Trust me.
You've already looked into it.
Trust me, I know. Adam, can we get back on track? You derail us like me.
I'm sorry. it's amazing.
Well, you asked me before the break, and I had an answer for you. People are saying, and we are hearing, that the market's crashing, that people aren't buying cards no more, that it's a big dip, that you shouldn't be participating. It's time to flock and get out of Dodge. Is that correct?
That's what I've heard. That's what people have been mentioning.
Now, here's the truth. You want the truth?
Yes, I want the truth.
We're here for the truth. I got you the truth.
Okay.
The truth is, we were in a pandemic for the better part of a year.
That's true.
People couldn't get out and do nothing. The government was sending people money just because, here, you're alive.
We're fixing the problem.
Here, you're still alive. Go spend this money.
We're fixing the problem.
A lot of people were into sports, and they decided to get into sports cards, and we talked about it. We've cataloged it. We've probably done more episodes and more. We've spent more time talking about cards than the Iron Cowboy has, swimming yesterday, collectively. But the thing of the matter is now the sun's out, guns are out, people are going back to live sports events.
It's true.
Government's not sending some people so much money, so the sales numbers are down a bit. However, I think there's a lot of new collectors. I think there's people that refound a passion in this. Also, a lot of the grading companies that we've talked about are so backlogged that A, they're not taking new submissions, B, prices have shot up, and C, the ones that are taking it are so backlogged and overwhelmed that you're not getting your cards back, that right now people are just saying, you know what, I'll get back to it when it's colder, I'll get back to it when it's slower. If there's a good deal, I'll still buy things. I haven't just sold a bunch of Michael Jordan cards. I'm still selling my wrestling cards. But it's not the frenzy that it was when people were stuck at home with nothing better to do. You're tired of binging your Netflix, and you're going to start investing in buying cards. So to say that it's time to panic and sell off everything is dumb. And if you do that, I'm going to buy stuff from you, and I'm going to turn around and I'm going to just wait and sell it for more down the road. Is it going to be the same numbers and same droves? Probably not. Probably a little past the peak, but I still think there's a good base, and I'm still investing. So that's what's going on.
I've got good news for you, because what you said is absolutely spot on point. Let's mark this for the future when we have the best of show. Abby just hit it hard. We know exactly what's happening. Here in about another month, guess what's going to happen? Government's going to give people more money.
We get more money?
It's coming back.
I need to start spending it. I have not spent $1 stimulus money yet.
Neither have I. It's still sitting in savings.
Because I got the stupid cards.
You want to make sure you get those cash, otherwise they'll get valid at some point.
Well, void. I need to cash them out.
I'm sorry, sir. You said that incorrectly. The correct term is void.
Excuse me. You can't invalidate a credit card, prepaid, government.
But
Adam Beesley tweet.
More money is coming for the advanced child tax credit.
Well, it sounds like I might need some advanced children at that point, Adam.
I know a place, if you got the right dollar amount, they can get you a social security number and maybe...
I can make those up on my own.
The problem is there's a whole organization called the Underground Railroad against that sort of thing. So,
and you're playing both sides of that card.
I'm pretty good at that. I got a red and a blue, Donovan Mitchell job.
I think on the child trafficking, you want to stay on one side. I know that's where I'm at. I encourage you to be one side.
Okay. Don't derail me again. Child tax credit advance. Children under the age of 6 are now, instead of $2,000, you're going to get $3,600.
Oh.
And above that, up to the age of 18, they're now worth $3,000. So Uncle Joey decided, hey, we're going to want to put more money in more people's pockets. They're going to start giving you $300 a month per child, allegedly starting in July.
What about those of us that can't have 20 kids and still work hard for $1?
You don't get it.
Well,
squadoosh.
Man.
You get none, sir. Good day, as my buddy Willy Wonka would say.
I guess I'm going to have to sell cards to your kids.
That's all you can do. Because people are going to have an extra $300, $600, $900, and not like they should rationally put money somewhere
Lord knows that we know it never goes to the children.
It does never go to the children. Man, I'll tell you what, it can never go to the children. When you do taxes for a living and people getting divorced and alimony, you just see some weird things. And I'm just going to throw this out there. Be kind to other people, no matter what, if they're a horrible, awful human being and they've, begrudgingly changed your life.
Hot take, Adam saying be kind to others.
Yes.
Hot take.
If you're going, keep it real for the children. You're going to be joint co-parents forever. I just see some bad things, but be the better person.
Be the better person and pay your child support, because Lord knows it never goes to the children.
Because if you don't, they're going to garnish your paycheck, and if we do the payroll, and we're going to have to send it to the government anyways.
And we all know that they're going to buy stuff from us on eBay, so it behooves us for you to pay your stuff so they can buy my crap.
It does. That makes the circle go round, do you? You got anything else for us, buddy?
Well, I do. It's kind of a longer story. I think we just had a good one. Maybe I'll save it for now. No, I'll just use it right now.
Just do it.
I have a public apology I need to make to a good friend of the show, whose name I may or may not use, depending on how the story goes. I got a text the other day, and I've talked about these warranty people, and I've talked about all this, and I've been trying to get a roofing quote. I think I brought that up a little bit, and these people are just, they're just vultures. And so I get a text from this number that I don't know, and it says something like, hey, Derek, are you busy, Wednesday night or something like that, or can we come by? It's something like, you free Wednesday? And I said, well, it depends. Who is this, And then they said something about, well, we're just wondering if you and Holly are available for Wednesday night. And I'm thinking, what in the timeshare scam is going on here? You going to come over and try to tell me it's $20,000 to roof my house, or extended car warranty, whatever. So I was kind of rude. I'm like, well, it depends on who's asking. I was kind of had a little attitude, and I was a little perturbed.
Interesting.
Turns out it was a good friend of the program's wife.
Oh,
and they wanted to get together and have some, just break some bread and get together. And It said, I felt like a jerk, and I was like,
Did you not realize who it was?
no, I didn't have the numbers. Adam, you might find this surprisingly, but I don't have a lot of my friends' wives' numbers in my phone. I bet I don't have your wife's number in my phone.
I hope not. I think I have your wife's number, though.
Well, there we go. Explains a lot.
I
But,
do have your mother-in-law's number.
well, who doesn't? But that's gonna get back to her. That's gonna get me in trouble. But she's a single woman, so that's fair game. Anyways, I'm like, and then she's like, oh, this is, this
Got her number in there.
this is, well, I'm not gonna say her name because she's not here to defend her good name. And me and your friend were wanting to know if you want to get together and do something and go out and eat or something. And I'm just like, oh, I'm so sorry. I had no clue this. I'm so sorry. I've been dealing with these. I've been dealing with these people. I thought you might be this roofing company. I've been trying to,
It was probably somebody from your ecclesiastical organization, just making sure you're doing okay. And you just blew them
No,
off.
they've given up on me. They've given up the old ghost on old D-Roy.
That's
but,
not true.
But not my friends.
I've had the conversation before.
They
So can you tell us who it was?
No, I'm for the comfort of them. I'm not going to because
Should I just start listing off names and you can give me a yay or nay?
well, I'll just say nay. List off some names. I'll just say nay.
Was it JCP's wife?
Nay.
Was it the Hooper?
Nay.
The Pelicanus?
Nay. See, I got more than 5 friends.
Yes.
It wasn't your wife either.
It wasn't my wife. Was it the Michael Benjamin Painter?
I can't confirm nor deny.
Oh, wow. Wow. You blew off a friend, a great friend of the
I didn't
program.
blow off. I was rude to his wife, which is worse. Which is
Wow.
worse.
I still love you guys. You're great people.
Who's now I've saved the number so I don't get in trouble next time they contact me.
We broke the bread as a kind of a group a couple years ago.
Yeah,
A while ago.
we're going and exploring different options. We're gonna kind of distance ourselves from some of the
Well, I still
more of an
say,
exclusive club.
let's try and throw the Chicago trip. Let's make this a
Well,
trip to the National.
You're gonna be a little upset, but Vince McMahon may have ruined that.
What?
October 21st, there's a little event in Las Vegas, Nevada called SummerSlam.
So that's where you're going instead.
Well, that's where I'll be.
Wow. This goes back to the time that I went to the USC Utah game by myself because Derek was going to come with me, and then when I said pulled the trigger, he said, "Oh, I thought you were just talking about it."
Well, I may or may not have already confirmed, and this might be the second biggest event next to WrestleMania. If you happen to know my niche and what I'm after, there might be a lot more for me here.
Well, I'm just, and you can't double up, obviously. You can't.
Well, when's the national convention?
I told you it's the end of July,
And
July 27th.
I have
Your
a
close
job.
personal Gary V Twitter buddy's going to be there in the VIP room.
Well, Vince McMahon, you gotta get old Vinnie Mac. That's who you got a problem with.
I guess.
I mean, hit that Raiders Stadium that you've been bragging about.
If you would just hit that eBay a little bit harder, you
That's
could
true.
make your own schedule,
Well, that's true.
and you would be able to
If I would just
swing events
list
like
50
this.
items for 100 days, like if I was the Iron Ebayer, which is going to be my new store name, I am no longer going to be affiliated with Adam Up Accounting, and I'm going to declare the Iron Ebayer as...
Even if you said you have to list 5 items for 100 days,
Oh, I do that easy.
we'll do it.
On average, I've done that.
We'll do it, Iron eBayer.
I've done that this week.
I'll get your shirt made up.
Also, if
How
any...
can you list 5 things a day for 100 days last week?
Well, I mean, 5 items a day for last week. The 7 days I've already done
All
that.
right,
So
all right.
I only have
It's like-
100 and I got less than 100 to go. I guess
That's
it'd be like,
fuzzy math. You were probably an accountant for Emma.
you know why I bring my taxes to you. Also, if you're looking for a good show out there, Mr. Kim's back, Kim's Convenience.
Sam, I only caught 2 episodes last night.
It's a great show, and that's my recommendation for the week.
Well, there you go, people. Besides all of this wonderful information, go out and make some money. Go get that money, because there are 2 things that are certain in life there, D-Boy.
Death piles and taxes.
We're well within our rights to use this song. We're aware that preaching copyright is wrong. With lots of dedication, we've researched the legislation, and this music has nowhere else to belong. copyright infringement.